Hello, 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 hello. Good evening. I almost did not record today because it's been such a hectic day. But thanks to my son, he reminded me that I need to follow through on my commitment. So here I am. Yes, from the mouths of babes. Let's continue. So if you're a young person, I need you to understand that there is something that you need to recognize, and you need to recognize wisdom even when it comes from the mouth of a person you did not expect, right? There's a saying that goes, don't judge a book by its cover. But invariably in life, we tend to think that certain types of wisdom, certain types of advice or life experiences can only come from a certain type of people. And that is so, so, so wrong. I have been surprised in my life, and I'm sure you have too, if you have already learned this lesson, that you should not discount people on account of what they look like, where they come from, or what you think that they are deserving of in terms of life experience, and that they have nothing to offer you. And so many times we miss opportunities, we miss relationships, and we even enter into experiences that we ought not enter into because we neglected listening to somebody, just because we didn't like their station in life. Or sometimes it's actually a person that you totally dislike, and even you do not get along with. But it's very important to be somebody who can recognize wisdom, even if it doesn't come from a place that you expect. Because what this will do, it's going to help protect you from a lot of pain sometimes. When you listening to that person, you might get some insights, some information that you would not have gotten from somebody else. And especially when it comes to somebody who's objective. Like, I find that there are people, even when they are not operating within your circle and within your space, and they are at a distance from you, they are able to observe you, your situations, your environment with an objective eye, and are able to give you honest information, and then they are also able to share from their experiences. So in life, there's also a saying that says that you are either going to be an example for others, and or you are going to be a warning to others about what not to do. And I think it's so important not to discount even the people that are considered warnings, because there's a lot to learn from them in terms of how to avoid certain potholes in life, mistakes that they have made that you can learn from, and even knowledge that they have that you might ordinarily not have gotten from other people. So I remember there was that guy, a video about some guy in Auckland Park, right, who was living in the streets and homeless, and somebody just decided to interview him, only to find that this guy was a genius and he had so much knowledge to share. And that was knowledge and wisdom coming from an unexpected place. And I mean, how many times do we ignore people like that, right? We think that they have nothing to offer. And we need to be very careful in terms of how we treat people, because we could be missing out on a crucial opportunity, on a train that takes us somewhere important, or just information that's going to lead to a massive breakthrough because we have already misjudged somebody else. I mean, I remember one family member of mine when we were younger, some guy was walking past in the streets of Soweto, and this person, just went out, and the person was talking, and this one was just like, hi, when I feel popo. And I was just like, oh my gosh, you don't do that, right? I mean, this person might actually be saying something that is of value, but because now you have already judged them based on where they are in life, you have no idea what they have gone through, what lessons that they may have learned in their lives. Yes, They might be in a place where they, didn't anticipate themselves to be. But that's not to say they have nothing to offer. So learn to recognize knowledge and wisdom, even when it comes from a place that is unexpected, right? Even when it's from the mouth of somebody you don't like. You need to be able to develop those eyes that can see through those things, and the ears that can hear. Okay, so try not to judge a book too much by its cover, because you will be interestingly be surprised by what you find under the covers when you start peeling the onions of certain people. So yeah, learn to appreciate wisdom from whichever place that it comes, because very often we think that even from the places that are expected. I mean, I've known certain situations where the people that you expect you to give you good advice actually don't, and the ones who you feel like they are going to derail you, they actually give you valuable and constructive criticism, while other people are just playing nice and sabotaging you in the background. So be careful not to reject wisdom and knowledge just because you don't like what you see in front of you.